जय श्री माता जी। श्री माता जी को नतमस्तक होकर प्रणाम करेंगे और बंधन लेंगे। तीन महामंत्र व श्री गणेश मंत्र। अब हम बैलेंसिंग करेंगे। दाहिना हाथ भूमि माता पर और बायां हाथ श्री माता जी की ओर। प्रार्थना करेंगे, श्री माता जी कृपा करके हमारी ईड़ा नाड़ी शुद्ध कीजिए। हमारे अंदर जो भी कुविचार, कुसंस्कार, अशुद्ध इच्छाएं हैं, उसे भूमि तत्व में विलीन कीजिए और हमें शुद्ध इच्छा प्रदान कीजिए। दाहिना हाथ श्री माता जी की ओर, बायां हाथ आकाश की ओर। प्रार्थना करेंगे, श्री माता जी कृपावंत होकर हमारी पिंगला नाड़ी शुद्ध कीजिए। हमारे अंदर जो भी क्रोध, अहंकार, अतिरिक्त उष्णता है, उसे आकाश तत्व में विलीन कीजिए। दोनों हाथ श्री माता जी की ओर, चित्त मध्य नाड़ी पे। प्रार्थना करेंगे, श्री माता जी हमारे अंदर महालक्ष्मी तत्व जागृत कीजिए, वह हमें संतुलन प्रदान कीजिए। चित्त को सहस्रार की ओर रखकर प्रार्थना करेंगे, श्री माता जी हमें निर्विचार स्थिति प्रदान कीजिए। और इसी निर्विचार स्थिति में हम श्री माता जी की अमृतवाणी सुनेंगे और उसके पश्चात थोड़ी देर ध्यान करेंगे।
We know the ethics of Sahaja Yoga and we like it. So we cannot fight on ethics. Economics of Sahaja Yoga we understand. We cannot fight on that. I just don't understand what is the difference, point of difference, where they start fighting. On the contrary, in Sahaja Yoga, you can really be enjoying your married life. Should be enjoying your married life, and the children should see to it that our parents are so nicely, quietly settled down. But if they see you quarreling, next day they will be quarreling too. Then we have only monogamy. We don't have 3 wives or 4 wives as the Muslims have. We don't have 4 husbands or something like that. We have simple monogamy, a very peaceful life, very beautiful life. Then why should there be problem between husband and wife? Culturally, we are just the same. We believe in all the good cultures of all the world. There's no problem. One gentleman told me that my wife quarrels with me on one point. I said, which? She says, you do not meditate. You must meditate more. I said, that's a good quarrel. He says so. But I told the wife that you need not tell him. He'll do it on his own. Because, you see, you cannot force things. This has to work out by themselves. You must accept them as they are. Gradually they'll all improve and gradually they'll get to it. You cannot just force them. You cannot just tell each other, do this way or that. Sahaja Yoga is a thing, is to be imbibed. People don't understand that. They think by forcing people, by jumping at them, that's not good. Of course, if somebody is very difficult, then we have divorce in Sahaja Yoga. We have not banned divorce as in the Catholic religion or anything. There is divorce. But there should be something sensible about it. one has to work it out. Normally there should not be many cases of surgery, of divorce. But we have, because of the background, certain types of funny relations they have had, or I don't know what to say. On the whole, 90% or I should say 95% marriages are quite successful. And will be more now, the number will be much more, I'm sure. This time we had 76 marriages, so you can imagine. And in this 1 month, Yogi was after my life with his file. And so also there's a misunderstanding that Yogi decides. He does not, poor man. He cannot. But it happens sometimes, like at the last minute they'll bring somebody. Now we cannot locate the name of that person. We just can't find out if he's there or not, or she's there or not. Suddenly they bring somebody, and he may say or she may say that I'm there on the form and all that. Then you have to accept. If you accept such a thing, then what happens? That you find that person is not a Sahaja or was not a Sahaja for such a long time. Something like that. So because of 300 to 400 requests, see, one can, after all, you can't know who is who. This is one thing that is very good. At least we can control all that. If something is wrong, we can find out, we can work it out, and we can manage things. It's not so difficult. But the leaders must be careful, because the leaders who recommend should not do something out of just some sort of a pity or some sort of a consideration. The main consideration should be how are the vibrations and what is the commitment with Sahaja. If they are committed to Sahaja and if their vibrations are alright, then it's alright, it's perfect. But sometimes, some people do have problems which do not come up, and later on it is discovered. Still, I'm so happy our society is so great. There's no such society existing in the whole world. And this is the society I think all these prophets and everybody dreamt of such love, understanding. Gradually I think we all will grow and grow and grow. The growth is going on, but the atmosphere, I must say, is very nice, and which helps each other. In Australia, we had more problems in Melbourne, not in Sydney. I must give credit to your leader here. He has managed the things well. There are many after him also. It's rather funny, but I just don't know, because Australia always had a problem, this kind, and gradually we have sorted it out. So, leadership is nothing but, I call it hocus pocus. It has no meaning at all. But somebody has to be there to contact and all that. It's something so limited. But there is jealousy, there is all these things still lingering behind, and then the problems come in. Gradually, I'm sure all of us will grow well and everything will work out in a proper way. Should work out in a proper way. Our society has to show to the world that there can be a society like that. Now there's a good news, which is very good. I think we can start a calendar from that date, perhaps, because such a transformation is coming, that the Russian embassy has invited me to honor me for the work I have done in Russia. And the another good news is that Gorbachev wants to meet me. must be aware that in Taliati is one place, Taliati, which is an industrial town, where a gentleman called Taliati from Italy went down. He was a revolutionary. And he started this place called as Taliati. And the best motor car that they make is made in this place, Taliati. Beautiful one. They gave me a model, very beautiful, quite big. It's like a limousine sort, quite big. And in that one city, we have 22,000 Sahaja practicing. So 22. And you'll be amazed that in Russia, nowhere is less than 16,000 people. Nowhere. Anytime you go there, at least 16,000 people practicing Sahaja. Very seriously. So you can imagine that country what is going to happen. Though it hasn't got food as you have here, too much to eat. But still, look at the way. Look at the way it has worked out. How deeply they have gone into it. They had never heard a word about Ganesha. They never believed in God. They were in a way atheist. And how much they have achieved, you just look at that. How did they achieve that? The depth that they had. They just touched it. And also they invited some scientists, or 200 scientists were there. And when I started telling them about science, I said, Mother, don't tell us about science. I had enough of it. Now please tell us about spiritual science. Spirituality, that's it. Wonderful. I tell you such experiences. And in my lecture only, just giving a lecture at the time when there were about 16,000 to 18,000 people, people got cured. Just got cured. Such wonders. There was one lady who came to see me after the lecture, and she was just sitting in front of me. They brought her on a wheelchair. She said, I couldn't even sit. All right. And then I said, you're all right. She said, really? I said, yes, you get up. She got up. She started walking. And then she started running and everybody started running. Such faith, such faith. And in Czechoslovakia, there was one old lady. They brought her with great difficulty, just held her up and brought her on the stage. And she was trying to sit down. Then she said, Mother, I have complete faith in you. I know you can cure me. I said, really? Yes. I'm sure you can. I said, you are cured. She got up. Everybody was surprised. I said, now walk. She walked down, and then she started walking fast. And everybody started laughing. But that faith, you see, is something so special. I mean, I have seen so many miracles happening with this faith that there was one fellow called Mr. Shukla, who is a big boss in this hotel management of Taj Mahal. And this Mr. Shukla heard that his mother was very sick, she was going to die in 3 days. So he went to Rohtak, it's very far away, beyond Delhi, from Bombay, and he saw his mother in a very bad condition, very painful. The doctor said she has a galloping cancer and at the most she can live for 3 days. He got very much worried. He came back home. He thought that I couldn't even talk to my mother. She's in coma. What will happen to her? He just sat before my photograph and prayed, Mother, please cure my mother. I don't want anything just now. You just cure my mother. I know you can cure her. And within 3 days, instead of dying, she was out of the hospital. He brought her to Mumbai. They took her to the hospital of Tata Memorial Hospital we had. And when they examined her, they said she has no cancer. He has papers. He has papers from the first hospital and from the second. Recently, Rajesh told me a story about himself. He said, Mother, you don't know how many powers you have given me. I said, no, it's your faith. His uncle was just died. They had removed his oxygen and everything. His aunt sent for him. She said, now he's about to die. So you pray for his salvation, at least to Mother. Just somehow or other try to see that he also gets his salvation. He's not a surgery, uncle, nothing of the kind. So Rajesh just had his pendant, just kissed it, And then closed his eyes and prayed, Mother, please cure my uncle. That's all. He said it was too much of a venture to say, but I did say. And the uncle who was dying got all right. He went to America and is back and still kicking. So this is something, you see. We have to go deep down into ourselves. Superficiality is not going to help us. If we are superficial by nature, it will not help us. We have to understand ourselves. The whole mechanism is within us to attract the attention of this all-pervading power, to use it, to work it out. We can do marvels if we really go deep down and become good vehicles of that all-pervading power. That's what we have. Everything can work out. There are so many examples of this, but especially these two recently I heard about, and I was amazed. We have to have that depth within us to understand what are we doing, where are we. We are born at this time, such an important time, and that at this time we have got self-realization. Very few people got it. Not only that, we have been blessed with so many things. But above all, we are so powerful. And all these powers must be manifested, must be used, must be worked out. And this superficiality of living on a very mundane style is not going to help us. We have to really go deep down into ourselves. When you are seekers, no doubt, you are seekers of truth. And you have found it also. How many have found it? So many are already lost if you see as hippies, as this, as that, as TM, as another, this Rajneesh. I've seen some other lady, a woman, she came, how much she was caught up on, she was just burning. So many are lost like that. But you are the people who have got the knowledge, you have got the people who have got the truth with you. And all these powers are within you, but you must use them. But I have seen even after coming to Sahaja, some people get lost with the temptation because they get money. Some people get some talents, they get lost with the talents. Some people get some powers, they will get lost with it. That's not the way. See, if God has given you this realization, He expects you to give realizations to others, to go deep down into yourself. This is what we have to do, is to really work out our depth. It all exists within us. You never knew there is spirit within us. It's there. You never knew there is Ganesha within us. It's there. When you started awakening them, you found it works. It works. It has worked such wonders. Health-wise, wealth-wise, in every way. But spiritually, how far we are? How do you judge a person who is spiritually evolved? Is that even a desire works out. Any desire works out. And such a person doesn't have any funny desires. Absolutely it works out. And that's what I want Australians to do, because you are special people born in this country of Ganesha. Perhaps we forget sometimes that you are born in the land of Sri Ganesh. Very special people. Very special. So have respect for yourself. And also must manifest your glory. That otherwise, of all the places from Russia, Sahaja Yoga will spread. It's not, I never expected that. But it may. I tell you, they are so deep, so very deep people. Extremely deep. I don't know what has given this. Materialism, I think, is responsible for our superficiality. They are not materialistic. About 30% people are materialistic, the rest are not. They are all seeking the spirit in the real sense of the word, not just for fashion. Very remarkable, very loving, very beautiful. I was there, they came. They arranged that from one place, some people will come only for 2 days, then 2 days. And where I had purchased a little cottage. There are some places where they can live in a small little huts like that. They all came and stayed there. I didn't know where they were living or anything. Early in the morning they would come, bring some flowers and plant the flowers in the garden, flowers itself. I would not say anything and go sit down for meditation. One day suddenly I discovered all of them sitting there meditating. I was so surprised. And then it was this Gorbachev's problem came up. So I said, now what are we going to do? What are we going to do? We are in the kingdom of God. Why should we worry about Gorbachev or anyone? Why should we? We are not worried. Beautiful. Beautiful. Very collective. Also, this is the blessing of communism. They are very collective. I have seen that also in Calcutta. People are extremely collective. They don't talk ill of others. Very collective. It's not like come to my house, you must visit this thing, this is my daughter. That mindless I didn't see. In Russia and in Calcutta, I'm surprised. Calcutta also has communist government. How it has worked out, I can't say. So, are you spreading Sahaja Yoga? How many people do you realize this?
Personally, I wouldn't really know, but collectively,
Huh?
we all work together collectively. So, personally, I wouldn't really know.
Now you are doing. You will have to do it. It's very important. All of you should ask this question. What have I done for God? Look at these flowers that you brought. They are so fragrant. They are so beautiful. They are going to live for a very short time. But what pleasure. What expression of your love they give. How beautiful they are. Australians have a very big role to play. As I expect from Ganesha, I expect from you also.
JB, JB,
Noda?
हो गया था मेरा
Try to do.
नहीं भी टाइम नहीं बचा
Are they good time? Otherwise, no school.
बहुत टाइम बहुत टाइम
No school.
Mataji, we got a call this morning from Hong Kong, from Alex and Kay, and they managed to get some editorial in the newspaper for their programs as a run-up to your visit. And in the first program, they got 60 Chinese people, very good quality people.
Look at Alex. Alex is really special, I must say. Such a beautiful boy. You know, his mother died. And he was staying with me. So I said, Alex, won't you go to your mother? He said, Mother, there's no seat available. It will take about 4 or 5 days to get a seat by the time you go home. So what is the need? I'm with you. He said, you didn't try. I said, I did, little bit, not much. Because I saw you, and I knew that my mother will have eternal life. So why should I wait? Now he's saying that Alex has got 60 Chinese people in Hong Kong. I couldn't get even one. Chinese are another one. If Sahaja Yoga gets into their heads, a very traditional, very deep, very deeply. Chinese. The Prime Minister of China, I met him when I went there. And in a photograph, he's just next to me standing. After that, he became Prime Minister at that time. A very nice man. And he was asking me about spiritual life all the time. I showed complete ignorance, you see. I said, these communists, God knows what they're up to. I didn't tell him. But I think we can approach him now. Somehow or other they got very fond of me, all the Chinese government and all. Somehow, some sort of an auspiciousness they felt about me. I couldn't understand them. What made them respect me so much? They had one exhibition for which they had invited me and my husband. And I couldn't go that one. And the next day was closed, that exhibition was to be closed. But they kept it open for me alone. And they said, you must see the exhibition, it's important. I don't know. They have their own ways of understanding. We had Confucius there. They follow more Confucius now. More Confucius, who has talked about general well-being and all that. But not so much about Tao, that they don't talk. They are extremely humble bunch, very humble. You try to praise them, they'll say, no, you have to do much better than this, nothing. They can never get pampered if you praise them, never. They are very much like Russians in so many ways. I can see Yogis here. So now, any questions? Dania is very happy with her husband, very happy.
Yes,
She's very happy.
Mom, did you know she has hepatitis?
She has what?
She has hepatitis.
She too. I've told him what is the thing. Can you fax it to Dr. Spiro?
मैंने बोल दिया शायद
हाँ?
मैंने बोल दिया जहाँ जहाँ पे है this is on the fax to
कौन से?
हमने सिडनी भेजा था मैंने
Fax.
yeah and this is in everywhere
She is on the liver. Her husband is just like a child. But see him when he sings. Absolutely. Remarkable. This is that one with a super intelligence, I say. Wonderful. She's happy because she can come to pujas. We are now there. She's very happy about it.
She loves me.
Yeah. She's happy in Spain also. Italians are better, but from Spanish people. Spanish have little bit. I think this American conquering has reflected in their character. There are also some misunderstanding. People think that I have said that men should dominate women. Never. I myself a woman, and yet if these men start dominating me, what will happen? But the man is the head of the family. So the woman should get her authority from him, but she has her own authority as a mother. And the husband must respect her Otherwise, he'll never be respected. So it's kind of mutual understanding between the two. As I have said, there are the two wheels of a chariot, one on the left, one on the right. If you change the wheels, then what will happen? They are absolutely equal, no doubt, absolutely equal. Only they are not similar, which we must understand that we are not similar. It's nice to be a woman, I tell you, it's much better. Because men have to face so many people, face so many bosses. You have only one boss. And if you know how to manage him, but should it run sweetly, with understanding? It works out with your wisdom. Must have the wisdom how to manage. Because that's a part of the game and one has to play it well. Not to feel anyway dominated by anything, but it's a kind of a framework one has to work with. Now supposing this is on our head, this is not dominating us, but it has to be there. So a kind of a framework is there, and that framework is to be accepted. Both of them should accept, and the husband should never make her feel that he's dominating her. Actually, in India the custom is that husbands are also very clever, not only the women. So normally they'll give all the money to the wife, you manage, and later on take away all of that. And always they'll say, all right, they'll say, all right, the sir to her, like rude and all that. You are my lord, and this and that, and that's how they keep it up. Because one thing they must understand that if wife is all right, your family is all right. If wife is all right, your life is all right. So you must look after your wife. It's very important. If you understand that point, the men will never try to dominate. It's a wrong idea. I don't know from where it has trickled down that I said the men should dominate women. But false prestige should not be.
श्री माता जी, आज के इस ध्यान के लिए आपको कोटि-कोटि प्रणाम। श्री माता जी को नतमस्तक होकर प्रणाम करेंगे और वंदन लेंगे। जय श्री माता जी।